It is the ninth round of the World Formula One Championship in Montreal. Red Bull and Ferrari have dominated the season so far, enclosing the podium places in the first 7 rounds. Before a great update lower than Mercedes in Baku saw George Russell take their first podium of the year, passing to Carlos Sainz Jr. at the closing rounds. In Montreal, Russell and the young teammate Theo Pourchaire have aligned in the third row of the grid. Back in the factory, the weather data suggests that the rain will fall into the exact point that medium tires are expected to fall if drivers execute them during their opening period. The new director of the Mercedes team makes the call to start both drivers in the middle complex in the hope of taking advantage. When the race begins, Mercedes settled in 5th and 6th when the leaders get ahead. As predicted, the rain begins to fall around Tour 30. An intense shower soaks the circuit. The Ferraris and Red Bulls both opting for wet tires due to the large volume of water on the track. However, the weather data predict that the rain will be brief, so changing intermediates allows both Mercedes drivers to begin to gain ground in the cars ahead as the track dries quickly. Finally, the track is dry enough for Russell and Pourchaire, which allows them to emerge from the wells with a single advantage. While Verstappen kissed the two Mercedes with a higher rhythm, Yuki Tsunoda hits Daniel Ricciardo in the fork, and the safety car unfolds. The intervention allows Mercedes pilots to recharge their ER and preserve their middle tires before the race restarts with 5 remaining turns. The discharge is given direct orders to sustain Verstappen as much as possible. He plays the role of rear gunner admirably, allowing Russell to get a modest gap. By the time Verstappen passes and gets into the rank of the leaders' DRS, it is the beginning of the last round. 80 seconds moving later, Russell crosses the line to score the first victory of the Mercedes season, with Pourchaire bringing the second Mercedes home on the podium in 3rd place. This dramatic scenario is not of a dream, fanfiction, or an episode of the next Ricciardo F1 television series, but a race that was developed during the Racefans review of the F1 2022 Manager, the first Formula One management game with official license in more than 2 decades. Warn me to a supporter of Racefans and go without advertising. Back in the factory. In the wide world of G.